loose ball, and it's going to go. Maddie buries it in the net to tie it. It's good! It's a new year here on Fred TV for high school sports, and today we kick things off with Big 3 conference play in field hockey. Hello again, everybody. I'm Evan Massoud. It's great to be back with you for another year here on Fred TV, and we're beginning things with a Durfee-Brockton matchup here at Mac Aldridge Field. Both teams coming in winless on the young season, both teams kind of struggling in the early goings. Durfee in particular starting to see the effects of a rebuild year. But the good news is that after 2 games, Coach Nicole Henrique is very optimistic. She usually is if you've watched our broadcasts before. But this year in particular, Game 2 was against Dartmouth. That was on Monday. Always a tough matchup. Right up there with Somerset Berkeley in terms of rivalry and competitiveness. As we know, Coach Arguin at Dartmouth always has a top-tier program. Durfee lost that one 5-1, but it was a lot closer than the score was indicative of. And that's a good thing, because when you're coming into a year knowing that you have to rebuild and you have some young players and young on defense, things, they're going to have growing pains. But she's very happy with the performance despite the loss. Today against Brockton, they're facing a Boxers team that's really struggled over the last 4 seasons, so much so that they have not scored against the Hilltoppers in the last 8 matchups over the last 4 seasons. So safe to say the Hilltoppers have had their number just a little bit, and they're hoping to get that first win today on their home field in conference play. We'll see how it all shakes out as the broadcast rolls on our opening broadcast of the year, live after this.
Hi, I'm Pamela Martin from Fall River Government Television.
And I'm Keith Tebow from Fall River Community Media.
Join us on Tuesday, September 16th for live coverage of the 2025 Fall River mayoral preliminary election.
Our broadcast begins at 8 o'clock from the Fred TV studio at Durfee High School. We're thrilled to have former Mayor John Mitchell joining us once again.
Numbers from all 27 precincts will be broadcast live on FRG-TV Channel 18, FRC Media Channel 95, and the Fall River HD Channel 1072, as well as all of our Facebook pages.
Our camera crew will be canvassing the city throughout the day, as well as the candidates' headquarters.
Polls here are open from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Our election commissioner asks you to get out, do your civic duty, and please vote.
And we'll see you on election night.
You wouldn't be on your phone here. You shouldn't use it here.
Go, 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 go. Where are they? Where are they? Get off your phone! We lost again because of you.
You wouldn't be on your phone here. You shouldn't use it here. You wouldn't be on your phone here. You shouldn't use it here. Don't let your intelligence be artificial.
Get your info from a real person and not a news feed. Show up, FRPS, and lock it away for new beginnings.
Fall River Public Schools has employment opportunities in various departments for people looking to work with the next generation. We want you to join our team. We have openings for teachers, paraprofessionals, and teacher assistants, as well as other educational support positions. We are also looking to fill operational support positions such as custodial, security, food service, and more. Fall River Public Schools offers competitive salary and benefit plans. We have rewarding work available in our 21st century schools and learning environments. Come grow with us. Please contact the Human Resources Department at 508-675-8420, extension 53708, or see the current job postings on our website at fallriverschools.org.
We welcome you back to BMC Durfee High School as we get ready to begin the 2025-2026 school year. Field hockey first on deck here on our broadcast schedule. The Boxers in their white uniforms here on the road. Durfee wearing black uniforms to start the year at home. You've been used to seeing them in white, but the black looks sharp. That's a nice change. So as we go through the starting lineups here for both sides, we'll run them down as well here, and we'll start with the Boxers. It's going to be number 1, Emma Gomes, number 2, Liliana McGarahan, number 4, Bella Simmons, number 5, Cielo Zarate Ruiz, number 7, Katia Fonts, number 9, Kathy Ponce, number 11, Amos Samedo, number 12, Zoe Zielinski, number 14, Natalia Rosa, number 15, Emerson McQuarrie, and in goal, senior Rihanna Andrade Pyers, number 99 for the Boxers, who are led by Katie Balboni, her 16th year as head coach. For the Hilltoppers,
number 8, Zeta Mercado. Number 9, Sophie
a couple freshmen on the team this year for Coach Henrique, and 2 of them starters. They're twins. The first year is number 1, Aaliyah Baskin, number 3, Talia Oliver, number 8, Zeta Mercado, number 9, Sophie Dorigo, number 10, Anaya Baskin, number 11, Samantha Aruda, number 13, Avery Mata, number Olivia Barnett, number 16, Avery Lane, number 17, Alina Emery, and in goal, senior for the Hilltoppers is George Tompkins. And of course, the Hilltoppers led by head coach Nikki Henrique.
Vanessa Reese and Ken Henry. Amanda Solis. Now we ask that you please rise and remove your caps for the playing of the national anthem.
Captains at midfield for both sides with their coaches. Well, I don't know about you at home, but summer was just a little too quick. Despite the fact that, we got out fairly early. We didn't have to go didn't have to wrap around Father's Day weekend. We were done. But, man, it seemed like a fast summer. And but it was a good summer. Hope it was a good summer for all of you at home watching. And here we are back to the grind. A cool early September day here. We've got clouds rolling in. 65 degrees at game time. That is a bit below the norm this time of year. Usually still pretty warm, but a cool one today. Tomorrow we have boys soccer, and looking to be a bit warmer. And then football will probably be back a little cooler like today for Friday night. So we have 3 straight games here to get us going. We were supposed to have girls soccer yesterday on the road, one of the Dartmouth games that I usually do away. But sadly and unexpectedly, longtime legendary head coach from Dartmouth, Steve Gasper, basketball coach, passed away last week. And the court at Carlin Lynch Activity Center is actually named after him in his honor. They named the court in his honor while he was still alive, just like we did here for Coach Skippy Karam. And yeah, sad to hear that news. Good guy. And so the wake was yesterday, and so soccer was postponed, athletics were postponed. Otherwise, I would have been live in Dartmouth. We would have seen the girls team as well, but obviously much more important. Clock is rolling here in the first as our coverage begins here in the new year. 15-minute quarters. Clock will roll, except for timeouts and goals. We have our first corner here of the season, starting early. Hilltoppers in a position here to maybe get some scoring early on. Down low goes out of bounds, off the stick there. Looked like of Mercado, fed by Aruda. Actually, no, went out off of, looks like it may have gone out off of Brockton, as Durfee's getting the corner again. And now the whistle will rule it dead. Try it one more time. That's Alina Emery, the junior, getting us restarted. Here we go. Sent towards the goal. Still in play. Down low, a scramble. The ball comes loose for the moment. And that will end the push. The Boxers will take over. Good kick save there from Andrade Pyers. Hilltoppers still with some pressure down on the offensive attack. And the whistle will stop it. Durfee really has had Brockton's number, though, over the last 4 seasons. 8 matchups, Durfee 8-0, and Brockton has not scored on the Hilltoppers in the last 8 meetings, which is really very dominant, very one-sided, and rarely do we see that, you know, in Division I. But that's how it's been over the last few years. At least from a records point, you know, looking back on what we have available for us through Arbiter, the Arbiter years, you know, since that's been the go-to, the MIAA schedules and stuff, not as available or accessible, for, you know, looking back at the archives. But Arbiter, one of the nice things about it is you can look, you know, back, you know, through the years, at least, you know, over the last 4 since it's been kind of the required source, if you will, for scheduling. So it's been a good resource. It's been nice to kind of look back and say, you know, what was last year? Say, oh, well, it's right there at our fingertips. You know, we actually have something we can go back to and, you know, look at matchups and look at how things have panned out. But this has been about as dominant and one-sided head-to-head matchup as we've seen in a long time across any of the sports, really. I think you could probably make the argument that Coach Lassie and Dartmouth, or her girls volleyball team, they've been very dominant against us, against pretty much everybody over the last 4 or 5 years. But, you know, for Durfee to have another team's number like they've had Brockton's, I'd say this takes the cake, at least in the present time. Football had a huge win last Friday on the road. I saw Coach Brown as we were pulling in for today. He was pulling in for practice, and I said, how great. He says, yeah, it's been quite a while since we won the first one. I said, never mind quite a while. I said, since you won the first one in such a dominating fashion. I said, it was really just an amazing Friday night on the road. And he said, of course, he said, this week will be the test, though, to see if it was a fluke or not, because Taunton is no slouch. And we've had some good games against Taunton. You know, it's really going to be about can we sustain throughout the night, because we seem to get Taunton either week 1 or 2 every year. And for a while we were opening with Somerset Berkeley. And then it would be like game 2 was Taunton. It was almost like set in stone. And this year, game 2 is Taunton as well, but it's going to be here. Last year it was away. I don't think it was like a blowout. I think it was only maybe a 1 or 2 possession game, but definitely exciting. And Diamond was here on this field. They were home last week. They won. It was a low-scoring game, but they won here. So that was good to see, because Diamond have a new start fresh with a new quarterback this year, as Sam Perry graduating. You know, their star pitcher who was the QB. So good to see the Bengals, you know, squeak away with one here in week 1 as well. Good pass up ahead. Hilltoppers with some numbers, kind of a 4-on-2, passing across, open shot, it's gonna score! The Hilltoppers will grab the 1-0 lead here at home. And coming away with the ball is Alina Emery. About halfway through this opening quarter, and the Hilltoppers have the 1-0 lead. Goal coming at 6 minutes and 12 seconds. Always easier to play with a lead. Doesn't matter what the sport here. Always good to play and score first. But that was a good setup for the Hilltoppers. You could see it developing as they had the numbers down the field. Brockton was a little slow to get back, and then basically had a 2-on-1, 2 Hilltoppers against the goalie there. And, you know, Andre Pyers did what she could, but clearly outnumbered without the help of some of the defense. So a good opening goal for the Hilltoppers. Slipping there on the turf, Emma Semedo quickly gets back up. fields still look and feel great. This is a third fall season already with the new turf. 2023, then last year was not the first. Last year was year 2. It was a little late, but still amazing to like. Trying to think back. I know last year was not the first year with the new fields. So I'm pretty sure it was fall 23. Because I have, actually yes, because I have intros. Our intro today. Another corner coming here. Yeah, baseball was behind. Lobbed in toward the box. Whistle will bail out the Boxers there. Oh, good feed. This could be trouble. The Hilltoppers will score! And it's 2-0. The freshman, Aaliyah Baskin, with the goal. That goal at 9:39 here in the first. Well, we'll see how the Hilltoppers continue here, but that's twice now in less than 3 minutes that they were able to get a basically a 2-player break down below. Kind of set themselves up again. This time the Boxers able to break it up, but they get called on with the whistle. That was down there. That was Natalia Rosa trying to break up the play, and we'll go into the corner. Down low and wide left. A lot of sticks. Durfee pressing again offensively. funny we were talking about the new field, but Somerset just got they just finished. They got to open on it, and seeing some of their coverage last year of games, wow, you don't realize like how much they wear out and how bad that one looked. It looked as bad as ours did here before the renovations, and I mean they get used. These fields are used so much, and you forget that the wear and tear. Because Somerset's was over 10 years old. I want to say maybe 12. I remember doing, my first summer was 2012. And don't worry, folks, I'm not having a conversation with myself. I have Assistant Athletic Director Kristen Govan is in here with me, so we're having sidebars here. I haven't seen her much. I haven't seen her since the spring, really. But I remember my first summer, 2012, I went to Somerset before the new school was built, of course, for the Relay for Life, which was happening there. And then when they were going to be building the new stadium and the new school, they stopped hosting it there. That's when it moved to Conley. Then I think it was a year and a half later, maybe. I think they did one more. They might have done one more there. I feel like I remember going there twice. I could be wrong. It's starting to blur a little bit. But, but yeah, so long story short, I just remember going there when it was still a grass field, and I remember thinking how nice it was, when they did the new one, because we did a couple games there. Some of the opening night football games that, we worked out coverage to be there because it's so close. And cool spot for a game. Wrapping up the end of quarter number one, the Hilltoppers. That's not going to count because the time was up. We were on zeros. The horn, for some reason, didn't go. After one, the Hilltoppers, though, with a 2-0 advantage here at home. That's got to feel good. Durfee has played 2 games already. They played Somerset to open the season. Somerset, no matter what time of the year, always tough. We know that. A 10-1 loss. But the 5-1 loss on Monday, not terrible against Dartmouth. Again, that was one that that coach said, really was even closer than just a 4-goal game. It wasn't as bad. Just, things that you come to expect early in the year with some growing pains and whatnot. But, to get out to the early lead here, 2 goals already, the most they've scored in any game on a season, and it came here in just the first quarter. So that's a good sign to get things started. Remember, folks, we live stream right here on our Facebook page, Fred TV Sports. Like and follow us there so you don't miss any of our live action. On YouTube is where we archive. That's where everything goes after the live stream. More importantly now to click that subscribe button, because Facebook is not going to be archiving live stream content anymore past 30 days. Both are free. You don't have to pay for Facebook, and for YouTube, you do not have to pay to subscribe to our channel. It is not a pay-per-view channel. But good to click the subscribe button if you have a Google account. Just log in like you would your Gmail and click on over to YouTube and click the subscribe button on our channel so you don't miss any uploads and you can easily find our content, because the Facebook page is going to look a little scarce once once Facebook starts pulling down, old live streams. That was something that they had been warning about going back to last spring, and now that they've implemented it, I think the old live streams are kind of grandfathered in because there's still quite a few games that are well past 30 days that are still up on our page. On our pages, actually, going across the government channel page, the Fred TV page, and this one here, sports. But I think moving forward now, so be interested to see how close they monitor it and actually stick true to their word that, let's see, Wednesday, September 10th, will this game still be there October 11th? Let's see. Well, we will see. But it seems like that's going to be the case. So if it is, the YouTube channel becomes all that much more valuable for rewatching after the fact. A corner here early in the second for the Hilltoppers. Big swing there from, looked like Aruda. Nice move through the defense. Passed back there to Mata. And that will count. That one dribbles past. And it is 3-0 Durfee. Mata credited with that goal here in the second. Less than 2 minutes in here to the second quarter, 1 minute 50 seconds. Hilltoppers trying to clear it. Brockton with a nice little offensive surge here, and they're going to earn themselves a corner. I'm pretty sure this is their first one of the game. Hilltoppers putting on the headgear, protective face gear. Shot taken, good defense right there for the Hilltoppers. That was Aaliyah Baskin breaking up that shot. Face gear coming off, and it'll be Durfee ball, I believe. Let's see here. Excuse me, Brockton resetting. Not a corner. It was Brockton ball, though. Now down the field we go. Oh, we've switched balls, too. We went from an orange one to a green one, or a white one. Is that white? It's green? Okay. I got to retrain the eyes here. It's been a while. I'd say field hockey and ice hockey are probably the two hardest to follow, at least from a cameraman perspective. to try to follow it, to be tight enough so you can actually see what's going on, but not too zoomed in where the ball's going to go off screen and then you can't find it quickly. Tough to film. Crossing pass there. Fired on net, down low, crossing pass, trying to play it, and a whistle. We'll give Durfee a corner here. We're south of 10 minutes to go in the half. Well, I know we didn't have a Fred TV Sports Report over the summer, didn't produce a show, but had some production work. We did a couple Titans games, one early in the year and then one late in the season. And then we also covered a couple stories, one being the Hilltopper Golf Tournament, which we go to every year. And unfortunately, that was delayed in getting out there. We posted it yesterday. I would have had it sooner, but I was without a computer for almost all of August, as had some upgrades and whatnot in the offices, and all the migration and switching machines is just a real tedious process. So needless to say, a little delay on that, but it was posted yesterday, and we'll run it here at halftime. So hope you'll stick around during the 5-minute halftime break, and we'll run that feature. This was a hugely successful year this year for the Hilltop Athletic Foundation. It was their biggest outcome, monetary outcome to date, and so that's really great, worth celebrating and talking about. So as the golf tournament is their only fundraiser really of the year now. They used to do the fundraiser in the fall, right before Thanksgiving, which was fun. We went to that a few times down at the Cultural Center. Always a good time, but I haven't done that in probably about 10 years now, I want to say, maybe. I remember we did a video for it, actually. Vic Pereira, at the time, being the athletic director, had asked us to do something for that. And because the foundation had bought so much equipment over the couple years there, all the teams had something new, basically, whether it was lanes for the pool, or a basketball machine, or one that spits the ball back to you, or all kinds of stuff. I'm trying to pull from memory here. That was like 10 years ago, but that was a lot of fun to see all the stuff that at a time when all the facilities, everything was old. I mean, we had no clue if we were getting a new school back then, and but those were a lot of fun. It was kind of like a reunion of sorts. It was nice to see, a lot of people when we'd go and do a story there. But now just the golf tournament, which is a big undertaking from a planning and a logistical standpoint. But always a fun story. We love going to the country club and tootling around for a while on the golf cart. That's gonna go for goal number 4 of the evening, and it is the second of the game for Aaliyah Baskin. This one at 8 minutes and 24 seconds here in the second. Oh, good break there for a moment. Baskin going for trying to think about the third one already. Ball kept in just barely, and burying number 5. That's Baskin, and she's got herself a hat trick. We're only in the second. Down the field again, the Hilltoppers really finding their stride offensively here, not wasting a lot of time. Seems like, almost feels like they turned it up a little bit since when Brockton got that first corner. Since then, almost the entire time we've been down this north end of the field with the Hilltoppers on the offensive. Mata lobs it down in front, a chance, off the pad, still in play, and that one is going to be shuffled in by guess who? Aaliyah Baskin with her 4th. Three goals for Baskin in 2 minutes. Some teams can't muster that up in 2 minutes, and she's scored 3 in 2 minutes' time here. At roughly 10 minutes and 20 seconds, that goal coming. Under 4 minutes to go in the half, a 6-0 Hilltoppers lead. Brockton with a little surge here. Good save from Tompkins as he sticks the foot out. One of the things that Coach Henrique mentioned was for the Hilltoppers very young defensively. And now, you know, you look at a game like this now that Hilltoppers have really given themselves some breathing room. Kind of takes that pressure off defensively now a little bit. And if they have some instances where Brockton is, you know, getting an offensive push, there's a little, you know, less weight on the shoulders, you know, per se, to make just the perfect play to clear the ball out, because, you know, one goal isn't going to tie the game. You're up by 6. So, you know, again, one of the benefits of playing with a larger lead is, you know, there's a little room for error, which is nice. Again, especially early in a season. Good save, second chance. That was kind of a juicy rebound, and it will go. Bailey Bergeron with the goal. Swing and a miss there for Emma Gomes. Hilltoppers with some numbers again, looking for number 8. Good defense by the Boxers this time, breaking that up pretty quickly. Hilltoppers were looking at 2 players breaking to the goal, and the ball did not get past really the top of the circle. Now a chance it's going to go out of play with 15 seconds to go here in the opening half. And that is the half. The Hilltoppers get stronger here through the first half as it went on. A 5-goal second quarter, putting them up 7-0 as we hit the break here. A 5-minute halftime, right? Oh, 10 minutes, excuse me. Okay. All right. Well, as promised, we will run that Hilltopper golf pack for you, that feature. And we hope you enjoy. We'll see you for the third quarter after this. Stay with us live on Fred TV for field hockey action from Durfee. For 15 years, the Durfee Hilltopper Athletic Foundation has existed behind the scenes in support of current Durfee athletes, in most instances by purchasing new equipment for the teams. In more recent years, during July and August, Durfee's campus has become a hotspot, a direct result of the foundation's continued involvement in backfunding the department. The DHAF has given athletes a discount by covering most of their costs to attend summer camps and leagues, affording them the opportunity to stay conditioned during the off-season, an invaluable asset for athletic director Brad Buston and his coaching staff.
It's good because the kids still have some investment in it, so that's a good thing that they have to get up in the morning and they have to go to camp. But with the Hilltopper Foundation covering 75%, it's just a tremendous help to get the numbers up and get more kids to go.
Among the offerings are a field hockey summer league, football passing league, and basketball skills and drills and league play. And numbers have been quite good. It's also important to note that these are not coach-run practices, which are not allowed until a week or so before school begins, depending on the sport. Only then can coaches break out the equipment and get to work with their teams. As we head into Durfee 3.0's 5th operational year, those equipment needs are on the rise again. Luckily, green fees are not the only source of income for the golf tournament. A major raffle, complete with golf-related prizes, offers the golfers a chance to win big. Treasurer Melissa Panchley is usually camped out at the picturesque 15th hole selling those raffle tickets. Being that the golf tournament is the only major event the foundation runs annually, any extra funds generated are a plus.
There were a couple of years where maybe we made more money than we spent, and now we're getting back to that other side of the equation where we may be looking to spend just as much as we're making each year because of the equipment requests. So yeah, we have to balance all that out.
Desmond Sanders was a multi-sport athlete at Durfee. The class of 2015 grad faced the struggles of playing with outdated equipment, and that experience is one of the main reasons he supports the DHAF today.
We didn't have the newest stuff. And then once you elevated everyone's equipment, you start seeing more kids working out, during the off season, and that impacted the regular season. You start seeing winning records, and it makes a huge difference. And that's why I come back to this tournament every year. I try with the raffle tickets and all that good stuff to give back to the school that gave to me.
Like Desmond, those who helped start the 501c3 nonprofit back in 2010 have direct ties to Durfee athletics. And that's a good thing. Not only do they understand the needs of today's Hilltoppers, they also honor the legacy of those before them.
I actually have goosebumps with that question because it means a lot all these years later. All our kids, have gone through there now, and there'll be hopefully another generation. So to be able to help the students that are there now, even though I don't have a direct affiliation with any of the students now, it's still so important to me to help.
This year's tournament raised over $16,000, the highest mark of any year. At the Fall River Country Club, I'm Evan Massoud, Fred TV Sports.
Hi, I'm Pamela Martin from Fall River Government Television.
And I'm Keith Tebow from Fall River Community Media.
Join us on Tuesday, September 16th for live coverage of the 2025 Fall River mayoral preliminary election.
Our broadcast begins at 8 o'clock from the Fred TV studio at Durfee High School. We're thrilled to have former Mayor John Mitchell joining us once again.
Numbers from all 27 precincts will be broadcast live on FRG-TV Channel 18, FRC Media Channel 95, and the Fall River HD Channel 1072, as well as all of our Facebook pages.
Our camera crew will be canvassing the city throughout the day, as well as the candidates' headquarters.
Polls here are open from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Our election commissioner asks you to get out, do your civic duty, and please vote.
And we'll see you on election night.
Welcome back, everybody, to Mac Aldridge Field. Evan Massoud with you for our opening broadcast of the 2025-26 school year. Great to be back with you as we begin our coverage here on Fred TV. Field hockey, the Hilltoppers with a convincing lead here as we begin the second half. 7-0. Durfee scored 2 in the first, one at 6 minutes and 12 seconds, courtesy of Alina Emery, and then one at 9 minutes and 39 seconds, courtesy of freshman Aaliyah Baskin. Then in the second, at just 1 minute 50 seconds, Avery Mata scored her first and only goal to this point. The next three, courtesy of Aaliyah Baskin at 8:24, 9:04, and roughly 10 minutes and 20 seconds. And then to wrap up the second quarter, Bailey Bergeron in off the bench, one of the seniors, scored her first and only at 12 minutes and 15 seconds to make it 7-0. So very impressive first half for the Hilltoppers. And this is honestly, if you're Brockton, you just kind of shake your head because the Boxers have seen enough of this over the last 4 years. I said it earlier in the broadcast. Durfee has taken the last 8 games that we have record of on Arbiter, and they have been all shutouts. Brockton has not scored on Durfee the last 8 meetings. And they were not close games either, by the way. They weren't like 1-0, 2-0. They were all blowouts. And we're looking at what's most likely going to be another one here by the time this is done. And 7-0's already kind of a blowout as that goes out of play. The sun making a bit of a reappearance here after it was cloudy. It was sunny, of course, when I did my stand-up because, you know, what's better than a squinting reporter? But then we lost the sun, and now here we are. Just a quick burst of sunlight, but pretty sky. This time of year is always so nice. The humidity's gone, it's clear, it's dry. Big swing, and out of play. Well, we expect that Friday night will be very, very busy here at Durfee because of the Welcome Back Bash and home opener for football. And it usually is very busy here. And, we hope that everybody will be safe and be responsible and we don't have any incidents. We don't need any of that. That one trickling toward the post, and it will go just wide to the left. That one down into the corner and out of play. You heard it right off the backboard. And Durfee's eighth. That one collected by Alina Emery, who opened the scoring back in the first. She's got her second goal. This one at 6 minutes, 15 seconds here in the third. Crossing pass, that's going to roll all the way out of bounds. And just like that, the sun is gone. Oh, it got dark. Nine nothing Hilltoppers, and Baskin with her fifth. side of the field here. Durfee defense backtracking a bit. Oh, our score didn't change. It is 9-0. There we go. I know I changed it. Didn't take. Okay, yes, 9-0 after the 5th Baskin goal at about 8 minutes and 15 seconds. Now under 5 to go in the 3rd. Heard the sticks clack there. And the whistle sounding. Talia Oliver trying to forge ahead there, had it broken up for a moment, still fighting for it. She'll keep the ball. Durfee looking for number 10. Kick save, oh, right back, fired back towards Andrade Pyers. And now the Boxers clear it out of the circle. That was a back and forth right there. Tompkins with the kick save. That one coming all the way toward the sideline. Oh, almost. Wide to the right. Boxer's able to clear it. Third quarter comes to a close here with Durfee adding a couple more. It's a 9-0 Hilltoppers advantage as we go into the final 15. Well, for Durfee, this is game 2 of a 3-game home stand or home swing here. They had Dartmouth here on Monday. And now they're going to be off until next Monday when Fairhaven comes in, the 15th. And then next Wednesday, a week from tonight, they'll be at New Bedford. Then they will come home on Friday the 19th for Seekonk. So that's kind of the road ahead here. Good bunch of home games early in the season for the Hilltoppers. Brockton on the other side has a rather interesting schedule coming up here. So they are playing Friday. They're on the road at Weymouth. Then 2 home games next week, Monday and Wednesday, New Bedford and Whitman-Hanson. Then Saturday the 20th, they travel to Martha's Vineyard. And then on Monday the 22nd, the Vineyard comes to Brockton. So they play a home and home. So that's always fun, but certainly the Vineyard or Nantucket, the only options really are a Saturday or a Sunday with having to take the ferries and whatnot. So otherwise these players would lose basically an entire school day. So makes for some logistics. I know I have mentioned it before, but it still cracks me up that the first year we went to the statewide tournament, and you're not not sectionals, right? It's just D1 statewide, D2 statewide, et cetera, that like the extreme happened because we were, theorizing that, well, what happens if, and speculating, well, watch this will happen, and, it'll be some kind of wild matchup. And the very first season, fall of that year, I want to say it was 21 or 22, and you had a team for, I think it was volleyball. You had a team from out in the Berkshires, maybe Lee, Massachusetts, somewhere just almost as far west as you could go. And they drew Martha's Vineyard or Nantucket, and it was just like, you kidding? 3 to 4 hours on the road, then a ferry. And that 3 to 4 hours one way on the road, by the way. So, yeah, just pretty wild how that ended up happening. That was the year that we ended up in Shrewsbury, and boys soccer and field hockey drew Shrewsbury. So we were up there for a doubleheader that day. That was cool. Always fun when you can, especially in the playoffs. I mean, what are the odds, right? When you have the whole state that you would draw the same teams in 2 completely different sports. speaking of doubleheaders, we're going to kind of end the fall. We're looking way ahead here, but something I'm looking forward to very much is the Diamond Durfee rematch is going to be a doubleheader here. All the games being played here like they were last week, because Diamond doesn't have a field right now. But so the girls will be the away team, if I'm not mistaken, for that one. Let me double check here before I speak out of turn. Yeah, the girls will be the away team. They're going to be the away team, but they'll play on the stadium here and not on the practice turf. And then the boys will be the home team at 6 after the girls here on the stadium. That's going to go. So we'll have, right at the end of the regular season, the Durfee Diamond matchup as Skylar Gibson gets herself a goal as that one trickled by. So that ought to be a lot of fun.
Good job, Skylar.
That one coming at about 2 minutes and 30 seconds, we'll call it. Those are always, always a fun night when you can have a couple sports in one, rather than just the single games that we show up for. I remember we had the basketball playoff doubleheader a couple years ago. That was really great. The boys and the girls both got home games. Different opponents, of course, but that was one of the best atmospheres, crowds. That was really great. Thinking back in all the games that we've done, that was a huge night and really 2 great games. Brockton will get the free ball here. As I mentioned, we're going to kind of hit the ball, hit the ground running. Tomorrow, we have boys soccer here at 6 o'clock. Bridgewater Raynham coming in, so Durfee will see the Trojans tomorrow. And then football on Friday against Taunton. That's a 6:30 kickoff. There's the home opener here. Tompkins coming out with the save, kicks it away. Then next week we have 2 girls volleyball games on the schedule. We have the road game at Dartmouth, and then we have the home game against New Bedford, which just today had to get rescheduled. It's going to be Thursday at 5:15, not Wednesday, as it was originally scheduled to be. So that'll be 5:15 in the field house. We will have that for you. Under 10 minutes to go, a 10-0 Hilltoppers lead. As Durfee will grab their first win of the year and their continued dominance of Brockton. Fired down low. Good pass. They set that up well, just nothing doing. As Skylar Gibson was going for goal number 2, thanks to the feed. Weaving through Emery. Gets backed up there. Now the ball goes right back to her. Takes the shot, and it's good! Number 11. And for Emery, a hat trick. Her third. Five different goal scorers this evening for the Hilltoppers. Another chance for Durfee. That one will go out. Baskin trying to get around. Gonna pass it back. Durfee going to get a corner here. Less than 2.5 minutes to go. Mata will set it in motion. Sophie Dorigo. Now Baskin coming in, Dorigo with it, passing down into the circle. Durfee still has it, reaching for it. Ball is going to be still kept in play. Mata reaching in with the stick. That was Deja James, and now out of bounds it goes. Quick transition for the Boxers as they get themselves a bit of a surge. Now Lane taking it back. Hilltoppers with numbers. Down low, a whistle will stop play as we hit the 60-second mark. Baskin with the feed, chopped at, loose ball down low. And it's an even dozen for the Hilltoppers. That one scored by Sophie Dorigo. What a dominating win for the Hilltoppers. The Brockton Boxers will put it in play, but that's it. 12-zip. An even dozen as Durfee picks up their first win here of the year, 1-2 record. And the woes continue for Brockton against Durfee with these 12 goals. And now 9 games, last 9 games against Durfee, the Hilltoppers have outscored the Boxers 90, yes, 9-0 to 0. That is complete domination for the Hilltoppers. And, you know, for Brockton, back to the drawing board, at least against Durfee, because Hilltoppers have had their number, to say the least. But a real good win for Durfee. Get that first one out of the way. Try to build upon this as they get ready for their next game. That'll be Fairhaven on Monday at 5:15 from here at Durfee. We will be back here tomorrow for boys soccer at 6. We get to see the Hilltopper boys for the first time here in 2025, so we're looking forward to that. Nice to leave the press box with the sun still out a bit, some natural light. We won't be able to say that for much longer. But needless to say, great to be back. We thank you for tuning in, and we will see you from right back here tomorrow. For our cameraman, Mike Fernandez, I'm Evan Massoud. A final score of 12-0 in favor of the Hilltoppers over the Boxers. Enjoy a good evening.